Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. SFL excitement continues tonight here in Birmingham, where the Hellhounds host the Philadelphia Cougars in a matchup of 2-1 teams. It is a cool 74 degrees Fahrenheit tonight in Birmingham, Alabama, with the forecast of clear night skies. My forecast? A great evening of football. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Mark Lopez, and with me is the one and only DJ Kilgannon. DJ, this is going to be the first time these two teams will meet in their history. What are you expecting from both teams tonight?
Thanks for the welcome. As always, Mark, happy to be here in the minor leagues. Now, as far as what I'm expecting, I think this is going to be a battle of two very balanced offenses because that's what they are. Birmingham has a really nice mix of pass and run, as well as Philadelphia. Both teams have been able to air it out and run when they need to. I really think this is going to come down to which defense can step up in the big moments the best, and I think whichever defense can, that's going to be the gateway into whoever's going to be able to win this game.
Absolutely. Both teams sporting incredible offenses. High-scoring games have both teams had this season. We'll see who's going to come away with the win on top with this kickoff to start off this ball game. And it's going to be Birmingham starting off and in their 28-yard line. This game is also brought to you by producer and SFLm Commissioner Alex West. On stats tonight is nobody. If you want to take part in improving the SFLm broadcast stats, people are always welcome to join us. But tonight, we're going to roll with our three-man crew here as we take a look at the first drive here for Birmingham. Led by Jordan Goodman, quarterback. They lined up here first and 10. Inside the 30-yard line, three wide receivers, single halfback. It's going to be a handoff right down to number 42, Lenore West, who picks up a healthy 5 yards down the middle.
Yeah, like Birmingham super comfortable with running with Lenore West out of the backfield. She is a tough back, and they really trust her as the bell cow for this squad going forward.
He will be a workhorse for sure tonight, as it's going to be a handoff down the middle again, but this time no yards, DJ. Great defense by Philly.
Yeah, that was Nick Fargo playing down from the playing in the development league. His home is DC up in the major league, shooting the gap really well, reading the run to perfection, and blowing it up right at about the line of scrimmage. That's exactly what you want from your linebackers.
And it's going to force third and medium here, 3rd and 5 to go. Goodman to throw. Goodman is looking for a target. Will throw. Downfield. It's good. A long, huge pass caught by number 81 has been Keys.
Yeah, and talk about keys. That was like fitting a key into a keyhole on that throw. Michael Goodman took a few steps to his right, or Jordan Goodman, excuse me, not Michael, took a few steps to his right, fired that one on a rope, and barely cleared the air between the two safeties on what was a very risky but very technical throw.
Head coach Michael Goodman liking what he saw right there, but maybe not in this specific play as it's thrown into coverage, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was Nick Fargo, again getting his name called in an early stage in this game. Great defensive play from these linebackers in the pass game. We've seen that all season from them. One of their linebackers getting Defensive Player of the Week in the minor league last week. One of their linebackers, J.C. Wallace, out of 2 interceptions last week. So they can play some pass defense in this linebacking room.
This will set up 2nd and 10 for Birmingham. They're already at the side of Philadelphia's field. Goodman will throw. Has time. All the time in the world. Oh, and he connects on another huge play to Has Been Keys.
Yeah, let's get another look at this one because it seemed maybe just a lapse in coverage or a well-timed play to attack the zone. And there's the better look at it, and it does look like that's just a play that attacked the zone of what they wanted to do perfectly. Seemed like the safety's responsibility was to stay over the top, and they did, but the underneath zone just wasn't able to catch up in time, and that one was just a beautiful throw, and like we mentioned, attacking the zone, throwing it in between.
So now 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. They push through down the middle into the end zone. Birmingham scores 6-0. Number 21, Robert Nepchik with a touchdown.
What a drive to start out the gate. Punch it down. A tough run to finally cross the line after what was a tremendous drive. A ton of big explosion plays from your offense, leading to just a nice, sound, rough run right up the middle. Your fullback, Jalen Wells, in front lays a great block, and Nemchek, your development running back from Bossier City, makes a monstrous hit and then drags a man into the end zone with him. What a great start.
A great start indeed. The extra point is good, if a little to the right, but that'll put Birmingham up 7-0. Nick Fargo, despite being active in the pass defense, actually got demolished trying to stop that run, and without him out of the picture, it was just open space for Nemchek, DJ, and that was it. It seemed like it's a very explosive offense by Birmingham, and they took advantage.
Yeah, certainly did. Jordan Goodman, known for being that type of quarterback that is well capable of throwing it deep downfield. We saw it a ton last season. This season, continuing that trajectory as just a gunslinger, right? I think that's the perfect word to describe him.
Well, we'll see if Mike Skamizniak and company can answer here with their first drive off the ball game. Philadelphia Cougars to start with a run, a handoff. I believe that's to Jesse Fretz, and tackled on the line by number 54, the linebacker.
Yeah, both of these teams have very talented quarterback rooms, very talented running back rooms, and very, very good receivers. So like we talked about, it's going to be such a balanced offense. And as they start this off with a run, I'm sure we might see a pass here as we see some motion. I'm so interested to see how they switch things up.
Here's to throw. Goodman, not Goodman, it's Skamizniak doing a Goodman impression with a deep throw and connecting with Victor Rojas. Yeah, they actually had all four wide receivers out there in the field.
Yeah, they did. And I mean, you can just see how big of a body Victor Rojas is out there. That was number 26 in coverage, playing off his back hip. That was Andrew Davison, who was on the outside. I mean, but once you're trapped behind a big body like Rojas, it's going to be tough to get around him and make a play. I mean, we saw at that time, unable to get around him and just a huge catch downfield.
1st and 10 at the midfield is another handoff. It's a pickup of 5 yards. This time to Smithers Witherson, the second running back in this stacked offense for Philly.
Yeah, that was the safety coming from up over the top. Nice job of reading the run defense there and helping out when you can.
Another handoff, and they're doing it all here on the ground. This time it's back to Jesse Fretz. Let's actually introduce you to this Philly offense before they look like going to be inevitably scoring here. Skamizniak, the quarterback, Jesse Fretz and Smithers Witherson, the fourth, are the running backs. Receivers are Queen Jackson, Victor Rojas, Adam McBrownski, and Dallas Sanders. Tight end Tony Zoma, and on the line are Al Friedman and Duke LaRue. Here's a throw again, but intercepted. Skamizniak throws to the opponent, Birmingham. It's wide open space. Dustin Sakasi with the pick and the huge return, setting them up in the 34-yard line of Philly to turn this ball game around.
Dustin the Dagger Sokasi, they call him. That time put in the dagger right into the chest of the Cougars. Let's get another look at that. The hops on that man looked like Air Jordan out there. That's got to be at least a 40-inch vert. 40 more than I could jump. Oh my goodness. What a play and what a shine of athleticism from that young man.
Truly, indeed. He sat on that cover 3 zone where only he could catch it, and the fade route was well read, and the fade route unfortunately was the primary target, and they just Skamizniak just throws it to Sakasi, unfortunately, and setting them up here. The offense back at the field for Birmingham. Goodman under center will give it to the running back Lenore West. That is her second carry of the ball game. Let's introduce you to Birmingham's offense as Jordan Goodman with the great drive earlier. Nemchek with a touchdown previous drive. Lenore West, the other running back, is Jalen Wells, the fullback. Receivers are Nolan Pierce, Hasbin Keys, and Marquis Sango. The tight ends, Django West and Mike Kleineck. On the line, you got Damon Alucard and D'Angelo De Jesus. Here comes Goodman to throw again. It's a swing pass. They'll say he's inbounds. He walks the tightrope and picks up 9.9 yards.
Yeah, on what could have been a gain of nothing or a loss, as Sango kind of did a loop-de-loop on that run and did such a good job of tight roping on the sideline, excuse me, stiff arming a man while he did it to just chug away for 9.5 or so. I mean, that was just some athleticism displayed there.
Here comes Birmingham in their heavy set. They scored a touchdown previously in this formation. It's going to be a pitch to the outside. Lenore West picks up first down and 20 more. It's about a 7-yard gain by West.
Yeah, getting jiggy with it on that run to the outside. Lenore, a very quick back, very shifty. You have Nemchek as more of the power back, but Lenore can lay some wood whenever she needs to as well. But she's quick on the outside and can make a man miss.
Here's Nemchek with the handoff. Will pick up 3 yards. Looked like it was 4, but refs said no against the nickel defense. Able to hang on to that, only allowing 3. 2nd and 7 now. Already in the red zone here. Heavy set again for Birmingham. Under center is Goodman. Will give it a fake to the fullback, and instead it's to Lenore West. She's going to pick up 4 yards. They'll say it's 3rd and 1. And I'll bet you this is going to be another handoff, possibly a pitch to the outside.
Yep, I would agree with that sentiment there, Mark. We've seen the outside runs work with success. The only problem with running into the outside is you've got a strong linebacking core on Philadelphia, who we've seen already. Nick Fargo being able to shoot gaps and stop runs early. Let's see if they do risk that if they get it.
It's going to be down the middle.
Oh, oh wow!
DJ, what do you think about that?
Looked rather generous, if you ask me. Maybe we'll see some laundry come. We do. Okay, I like the decision. Let's get another look at it at least.
An angry throw of laundry by head coach Michael Goodman. We see a replay here. Second look here as referee U11 gives us a look here. Here's the handoff. We're looking at whether the ball crosses the yellow line and not just on it. This is probably a better angle here. Ball is, and Nemchek actually falls on it. So tough calling that shot. We'll see what the referee says. It stands. Wow. It did look like it was short by indeed inches.
Yeah. Probably I like the challenge, though, Mark. I don't know about you. I mean, you're on literally the 9-yard line. If that goes for a first down, you have 3 chances to punch it into the end zone from that many yards out. I like it. I like it. Taking the chance. It doesn't work out in your favor. But, I mean, even with failing, you still take a 10-point lead. It's now a 2-possession game. But, that's got to hurt so close. I don't blame them for throwing it out there.
Christian Ronald Sui will give the extra 3 points to extend the lead to 10. And I totally agree there, DJ. I agree with the call to challenge that play. You're still early in the half, so it's not like you're going to need those timeouts anytime soon. And you have the lead too. It's a swing. It's a potential 4-point swing if it goes your way. However, Philly is back here on the field. Skibizniak earlier looked like he was throwing dimes until he threw the wrong dime to the wrong teammate. Well, not exactly a teammate. According to Sakasi earlier, we'll see if he shrugs it off. Hopefully, if you're the head coach, that's what you tell him. Shrug it off. Go back there out on the field and lead your team to a scoring drive. It's 1st and 10 at your 28-yard line. He's going to start with a throw here. Throws to the hook route. That's Victor Rojas.
Yeah, Rojas, we've talked about such a big body on those curl routes. He's going to be a prime target to be thrown to because he's going to be able to shrug off contact from the back end on those hits because that's one of the toughest parts of being able to catch those is being able to hold it while getting hit.
There's going to be a handoff trying to run on the outside. An off-tackle run, but oh no! Jesse Frutz goes down. Jesse Frutz. I didn't catch if he's in chat right now. I think he is. Not happy seeing his player go down. Yeah, usually he is, but
yeah, he is. I see him in there. That's rough. Hopefully he's able to get back quickly because that would just be rough to see.
The Philly halfback returning from being the halfback in season 10. They love him there in the locker room. That's why they signed him back. Here's a throw by Skamizniak, unable to complete the third and long completion. Target was Dallas Sanders, and Birmingham stifles this offense once again.
Yeah, great defense there. That was going to be a tough throw all the way. And after the rough injury and a rough incompletion there, you got to punt the ball. At least you're going to force Birmingham into further field position than they had previously on the turnover. I guess that's the one pessimist point of view in this standpoint. But you gotta continue these. That first drive was looking really good up until the interception, right? And that time it seemed to just stall out a little bit.
Absolutely, it's perhaps the injury bringing the mood down a little bit, leading to that missed third down completion. But Birmingham will now get a chance to extend the lead. They're already up 10-0 here in the first quarter with 3 minutes to go. Goodman will throw to start this drive. It's a 7-yard completion to who else? It's Marquis Sango once again.
Yeah, and we're seeing some more of those curl routes get thrown, and it's tough for a linebacker because if you play too far forward and someone runs a slant or a post route in your zone that you left to cover that curl, it's going to be completely wide open. So you got to watch for other routes while also watching the underneath curl. It's a tough assignment, really.
We'll see the handoff here to Northwest as she breaks several tackles on the line, giving everyone the business. She's an equal opportunity employer here.
Yeah, certainly is. We talked about how shifty she is, and we did talk a little bit about how physical she can be in these runs, breaking 2 tackles from 2 very big defenders on that one. A linebacker and a defensive lineman, respectfully, as she chugs away, getting past the sticks.
We're waiting on Jesse Fratz's fun fact from the chat, as this pitch is to the outside. That goes for 0 yards to Robert Nemchek. It's 2nd and 10. They're still at their side of the field here, DJ. They might throw it here in 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. They've got all those receivers out on the field. Philadelphia bringing a dime package. They have that generic linebacker in the middle. Might be good to attack it.
Oh, and you're right. They do attack the single linebacker in the middle of the field. The Northwest takes advantage of that light coverage down the middle.
Yeah, and a good job in doing so. You run a good 6 yards before the linebacker is able to get to you past the go-ahead blocker. And now in a soft nickel defense here, it looks like, from Philadelphia, playing way off of those receivers.
They are showing some kind of zone here. Meanwhile, Birmingham will shift the receiver, Sango, from right to left. We'll see. It's going to be handoff once again. It's Nemchek, and Nemchek gets stuffed down the middle. The nickel defense, might have been easy pickings for the run game, but they were really tight.
They were indeed. That was Jack Golden, one of the generic linebackers, who there was able to make a tackle on the back shortly after the handoff was made. And, I like the attempt. You ran well on the draw, right?
Beautiful spot here. As Birmingham, sorry to call you off there, DJ, because Birmingham made an amazing play here, catching and stopping the ball, forcing Philly to start in what? This is just inside the 2-yard line.
And now you don't have your star back in the backfield to get you out of here. Might be something to think about.
They got Wooderson to 4th. Gonna have to rely on him. Oh my God! It's for a loss, but not enough for a safety. That was scary there for the Philadelphia offense.
Yeah, head coach on the sideline for Philadelphia, Tom Rahman, wiping his brow as you lose a yard on the 2, and now you're inside the 1. You cannot replicate that now if you're Philly.
I believe that was Saeed Gore. William Patterson. Well, both of them really making that tackle.
They're both involved.
Another handoff. It's a safety. They got him down in the end zone. It was the generic running back, and that's the loss of Jesse Fretz felt in that singular drive.
Yeah, the loss was felt indeed, and again, 58, that's Saeed Gore, who was involved on the previous stop to lose a yard, now wrangles down Witherson for the safety.
That will be the end. That will be how the first quarter ends here. Birmingham find themselves up 12-0 off of a safety, and they seem to be dominating this game at home.
Yeah, certainly looking like it. And I guess this is very fitting, you know, considering you're the bingo card guy, but I certainly wasn't expecting a safety on mine. Not often do you get shown one. That might be my first one I've ever called as a broadcaster.
We're going to have to make a ribbon or a medal for having called any safety in your broadcast. That is just how rare it is in this league.
Let me give it to Wilson since he got tackled.
But oh my goodness, Lenore West making people miss left, right, and center, mostly center, as she just run that down the middle.
Yeah, I mean, had the defender going around her like it was a car on a roundabout. Just completely spun the defender out of their shoes, and that's that shiftiness we had mentioned a little bit.
Yep, Shifty might just be her middle name. Lenore Shifty West doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but you like it, so
I do.
That's points for that name. Here's the handoff to Nemchek. Will he get there? The referees say he does. It's 1st and 10, deep now in Philly's territory.
Yeah, that was Wallace who was able to wrangle him just about at the sticks, and that time they do give the go-ahead to the back in Birmingham. A close call again this time, but they do get the go-ahead.
Doubles formation again. It's a pitch to the weak side here as Lenore West. Oh, they'll say it's no gain. A little questionable by the line umpires or referees.
Yeah, maybe mixing a pass here at some point. Philadelphia seems to be getting heads to the ball carriers very quickly. You'd like to see the Birmingham Hellhounds here keep them honest.
They could pass, but they've been sticking it on the ground all night tonight, DJ. They'll do it again here in 2nd down. They're going to have 4 yards. 3rd and 6 now. Goodman will have to pass here, but they're outside of field goal range, so they got to complete. Even if they get, a few yards here, they need to get the 1st down. Be in any scoring position. It's out of bunch. Goodman will throw on the swing pass. It's a screen play. It's good. Just Marquis Sango once again with the play to keep Birmingham's offense alive.
I love the play call, Mark. We saw the pass out to Sango previously on the little flat route where he was able to gain 9 yards on what should have been a tackle for loss. And that time we see it again, just his playmaking ability shining. Right, he caught it behind the sticks, a few yards behind the sticks, may I add, and just fought and earned every yard after it. Great play calling and a great ability of quarterback trusting his receivers.
Pitch again here out of doubles formation, this time to Lenore West. I believe, yes, that is her. She's going to pick up a 1 yard on the tackle. Is once again number 53, Nick Fargo.
Yeah, and we talked about keeping the defense honest. Birmingham really only passing right now when they are forced to, it seems.
Gonna line up in this formation once again. The doubles look working well for Goodman and company. He's gonna throw here in 2nd down. Throws deep down the middle. Oh my God. I think this might be defensive pass interference. It is unfortunate.
You're right.
Birmingham's gonna accept here. That's gonna set them up to 5.
Wow. And in a game, in a first half, really, where things have been looking rough for you, it continues to get worse with that. Just a little bit too aggressive on the defense.
And it was a pretty good call on defense, too. They sat in cover 12, and a field that's, shallow enough where the zone won't be exploited. Instead, it's 1st and goal in their 5-yard line. Philly trying to hold back. Birmingham would pass here. No, Goodman stands up. It's a touchdown. Jordan Goodman. What a Michael including his first name, Michael Jordan Goodman. Picks up 6 for this Birmingham offense.
Wow, what a play. We got to see this again. Oh my gosh, Nick Fargo gets through the line. A hard hit made on Goodman. He stands in there like the Statue of Liberty and connects with, I believe that was it Janko West who was able to haul that one in? The
It
big tight
did
end.
it did look like it was Django West here.
Big
As
tight end hauled it in. Wow, what a play.
yes, an incredible play, as some figureheads around the league say, throw it to the tight end. And for Birmingham, it nets them 6 points plus 1 with the extra point attempt, and they are rolling.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Goodman, a former SFLm Season 10 Offensive Rookie of the Season. He earned that for a reason.
So now Philly find themselves down 19-0 here. They had their first 3 drives have been an interception on a promising, offensive drive, followed by a punt after not getting, I think it was a 3 and out,
Yeah.
and then a safety when they started at their 2-yard line. This is going to be the first time they're at a healthy distance from their end zone again. At the 29-yard line, they start with the ace formation. It's going to be a handoff. Wow, great part to this drive. That's number 33, Witherson, the fourth, who is picking up the slack off Jesse Fred's absence at the moment.
Yeah, it doesn't get touched until the free safety is able to make contact with him and get bulldozed over for the tackle. And whenever you're not touched until that mark, I mean, it's going to be a successful run every time. Great blocking display from that front offensive line.
And if they keep it up here, as we'll see another handoff here, DJ. If they keep up this offense, they give it up to number 32, the generic Michael Pittman. As long as they keep up this offense and turn around that defense, it's still a long game. There's still 6 minutes in the first half and the full half to go afterwards. So, second and 6 now at their 44-yard line to Witherson. They'll say it's only a 1-yard gain. Good stop by Birmingham. It's going to set up 3rd and 5. Going to be a throwing situation here for Skamizniak.
Yeah, Witherson having to be put in a role he hasn't been in often. He is your lead back right now. He is the one getting primary carries. He's usually that assist that can come in when Fretz is a little tired or beat up, and now he's pushed into that starting role.
Here comes the blitz, heavy blitz, and that's going to alter the pass timing. There were 8 rushers on that play, and Skamizniak rattled, could not complete the 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Skamizniak, he's been known in these past couple weeks to have a problem when throwing into tight zones, especially when pressured. Birmingham certainly did their homework. They pressure him on a guaranteed passing down, I'd argue, and it works. He throws it into a very tight spot, and Sam Garnes, the safety there for Birmingham, is able to bat that one away.
The other thing you got to credit are the man defenders who had to pick up every single wide receiver out there one-on-one, 0 safety help at all. Everyone else left to blitz, and they held. That blitz pressure combined with solid man coverage will give the ball back to Birmingham. And look at this, 5 minutes to go. They're at their 20-yard line. Plenty of time to extend this lead by at least another field goal. At the 20, it's going to be a handoff for Norwest, who will run to the outside, rolls off of one defender before being brought down by, I believe, Nick Fargo once again.
Yeah, Nick Fargo has been all over the place, especially in the run game. He's one of those guys that it's almost like he's just a hawk for ball carriers. If he's not making the tackle, he's the first one there and someone cleans it up, or he's there shortly after, stalking around, right? He's just all over the place from his middle of the field spot.
Here's a pitch to Nemchik. He basically run the I-49 there alone, zero traffic, picks up the first down.
Only traffic was Kevsey Jr., but that was well after he got to his destination, past the sticks. And again, we talked about the safety being the one to make the initial contact. You can't keep that up. And Birmingham, you saw both linebackers there on the outside run get dealt with by shooting up guards. They did a terrific job of making sure no one got involved from the linebacker room in that play.
Another run, this time down the middle, and Norwest breaks one tackle, had to be brought down by two players, including Nick Fargo. I believe the other one was number 20, the cornerback, Rondé Barber. Okay.
Must be a distant relative.
Probably. But it's now 2nd and 5. Birmingham again in this heavy formation. They've pitched it, they've run off tackle, they've run down the middle. They can do it all. This time it's down the middle here for Nemchik, and he's going to roll over the defender, picking up the first down. The power running of both backs have been nigh unstoppable.
Yes, certainly. They've been such a great 1-2 punch, and it's really just wearing this defense down, right? I mean, how many plays in a row can you get tackles against hard-hitting backs like that? Oh,
I was about to say, how many, you know, difficult passes are you just gonna allow complete? But fortunately for Philly, they did not allow that connection with has-been keys, which potentially could have been the fourth giant connection in a row.
yeah, Sammy Seatbelt helped in coverage. That was just a super tight throw where a lot of Philly defenders were in the area. You know, a decent risk, but oh, and another one.
Yeah, another one. Goodman looking to throw on the slant route. Target was Nolan Pierce, incomplete.
Seemed to be just a yard or two in front of the receiver there. Pierce is quick. He's not that quick, though. Let him just a wee bit too much. And now, after two straight passes, which we haven't seen much of Birmingham doing while they're able to run the ball, they're going to be forced into another one.
Deep step back by Goodman. He has all the time.
Wow.
He cooked his breakfast, lunch, and dinner and threw it to Nolan Pierce to complete the meal.
Absolutely. He better be feeding that meal to those big men and women up front. A great display of blocking from them, and they're the reason that play was made, right? Letting the routes develop downfield, and that initial route probably ended up changing, seeing coverage develop. Played the underneath. You had an over-the-top cross route, pulled the linebacker up a bit. That left Nolan Pierce underneath. Not very underneath. He was still a good 12, 13 yards downfield, but as the linebacker gets pulled away, the field shortens up.
Meanwhile, as we return here to your normal programming, Nemchik says, hey, don't forget me. I'm also a star player. He's a dev player coming down from Bossier City and showing his talents here with that. I believe it was a 12-yard run.
Yeah, gaining everything he needed to, and we've seen that a few times for him where he just takes the lid off of the defense and finds gaps that the offensive line creates for him and gets past the sticks without anyone touching him on first downs.
It is first down inside the red zone again. Birmingham has been in the red zone multiple times tonight. It's going to be thrown to nothing. I guess the intended target was Nolan, but overshot his receiver.
Yeah, again, another instance of just leading a bit too far forward. Goodman is, he's a risk taker, but he's also a very calm quarterback. We saw that with the broken sack play earlier. With the crazy stuff happening around him, he can adjust and he can still make big plays.
Goodman to throw again. Protection's good. Throw to the corner route. It's no good. Well defended and deflected. It's number 21, Sammy Seatbelt the third. One of the top corners for this Philly defense.
Yeah, very nice job. And like we talked about, kind of a risk taker is Jordan Goodman, trying to connect with Django West in the back corner of the end zone. And it's just about trying to loft it over the head of the defensive back and land it right into the breadbasket of your receiver. Sammy Seatbelt just talented enough to be able to make the athletic play and bat that one away while chasing him down.
3rd and 10, bunch receivers. Throw to the left, that's good. Nolan Pierce again. Just throw it to him. If he misses the first time, he's going to secure the second. And he secures 6 for Birmingham.
He does, and just on a rope. No loft to that one at all. Just on a straight line. Point to point was that axis. Let's see. Cuts across the field in the zone, and you see the safety. He gets a step past him and tries to keep up. And you're over the zone from the linebacker at that point. It's all about Goodman making the right read and the right throw at the right time, which he did all three perfectly.
And you mentioned this earlier in this ball game, DJ, how both teams have been well balanced all season long offensively. But at least Birmingham, they've been showing that they're definitely a well-oiled, well-balanced team.
Yeah.
They've done it on the ground with Lenore West and Nemchik getting first downs on demand, and Goodman throwing dimes such as that. That's his second touchdown of the ball game.
Yeah, Lenore West coming into this week was around 180, 90 yards, I believe. Goodman has now, including this game, I think about 8 touchdowns with no interceptions. So we're going to see some laundry.
Penalty here on the return. It's going to be against Birmingham. Sorry, against Philadelphia. It's clipping. So nothing going Philadelphia's way here. Oh my. I think that's basically hitting him from behind here. Didn't look too rough, but the referees will call it. They say it's clipping.
Yeah, they're Birmingham trying to toss a bone to the Cougars, if you will, with that one.
So the Cougars starting at their 20-yard line again here. Ace formation. You hear they have number 15, Queen Jackson, and a tight end spot there. Bottom of your screen. It'll be a handoff as Witherson, the fourth, will pick up 5. That's a nice, healthy start to this drive.
Yeah, the safety again shooting down, helping stop the run as Philly continues to try and run without their lead back.
It is a 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go to score any points here in the first half. At the very least, heading to the locker room, you want some momentum, and this might be the last chance for them to do it here. Birmingham lining up in the 3-4 look. A handoff here, and it's going to be only for 1 yard. Witherson back there in the backfield will only pick up 1, they say.
Yeah, nice job of the linebackers again. We've talked about the linebackers head over heels tonight on both sides of the ball. They've been doing a great job.
3rd and 4 again. We've got a pass here to get out of this. Here's Kamizniak to throw in an out route. That looked almost good, but a little too late or too early in that throw. Queen Jackson unable to complete the pass or the catch.
Yeah, definitely looked just a smidge too early. It looked like maybe a zig route, like a few yards up, and then you got to cut to the outside. And it seemed like the throw was just early enough to where Queen Jackson was still making that cut to the outside and just had no chance to make a play on the sideline.
And with a 3 and out, that's the second 3 and out in a row, 3rd total for Philadelphia. It's Birmingham with very good chances here to end the half with more points on the board, DJ.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a scary thing to think about, right? Because even with a field goal, let's say if they are able to convert a field goal here, that's already, a 5-possession game. 7 touchdowns will award you 28 if you don't go for any extra points, and that still leaves a point on the board. So yeah, 4-play drive with some 2-point conversions.
They'll start that here with a handoff to Lenore West. They're going to call their first timeout here. Looks like they're going to be going for the score. They are already near the midfield here. 52 yards away from the end zone. Perhaps 22 yards away from field goal range. Trying to get into Christian Ronald Sui's range here. They might need to be inside the 30 to get there. 2nd down and 5. Goodman will throw. Goodman completes to number 81, has been Keys. He has been incredible all night.
Yeah, he certainly has. And that one, a perfect throw. The linebacker chasing down Keys, who is a very speedy receiver. He makes a break for it towards the middle of the field. See his stats there, 18 shy of the century mark. If he keeps playing like he has been in this first half, I can only imagine we'll reach that mark.
Almost in the field goal range of Ronald Sui here. A nice out route. Wow.
Ooh.
The tackler misses the tackle. It's going to give them first down. Birmingham will go hurry up now as they're out of timeouts here. Goodman will throw, not spike it. It's complete. No, it's incomplete. Looking once again for Nolan Pierce.
Yeah, Drew Drizzy makes a huge play there on what could have been a very scary catch from Birmingham, pinning them well deep into the red zone. Now they're going to have to try it again.
Tommy Seatbelt also with the touchdown saving tackle on the broken play prior to this one. But the wideout single halfback, they could do anything here. They could throw, run. They're already at field goal range. What do they do? Goodman under center will look to throw. Will throw it on the out route. It's a swing pass to number 84, the tight end Django West. They're going to hurry up back to the line here. 3rd and 4, 46 seconds to go on the clock on the first half. They're still taking their time. But here's Goodman. Throw pressures on him.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. And he's going to walk out of bounds. What a great play by Hasbin Keeson Goodman.
wow, Goodman is looking like an elite level quarterback, which we already knew he was, but it's a whole new level tonight, Mark. The pressure was breathing down his neck, right in front of him, all around him. The line was collapsing, and you have a perfect route on your outside, your getaway route, if you will. Has been Keys runs the out route to perfection, and Goodman gets it off just in time.
And line up once again in this formation that has taken them, use it all drive, this drive to perfection. It's going to be a throw by Goodman again. He's going to throw to the out route again.
Wow.
Does he stay in bounds? Oh, they say he goes out of bounds. The clock stops here for them.
Maybe just because he wasn't touched and then proceeded to roll out could be the case.
Perhaps so. That is very likely the case here. That's going to save them a lot of time. 2nd and goal. They're going to line up empty here. 3 bunch receivers to the right of Goodman. Goodman with 4 yards to go. They need a short pass here. Short step back.
Oh.
It's good. It's good for Django West. He finds the end zone. That's touchdown number 3 for Jordan Goodman.
Now we're going to have to start calling this end zone the sweet home for these Birmingham Hellhounds, where the skies are so very blue. They're living in it, Mark.
They are at home too. So you could say, or I don't know what head coach and owner Michael Goodman will think about calling the stadium just straight up sweet home.
I love it.
At least for the end zone, it has been home base for this entire offense. I think we've seen 3 separate receivers catch a touchdown tonight. Nolan Pierce, Marquis Sango, and Django West, all with a touchdown tonight, and Nemchek as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so crazy looking at, and knock on wood here, Jordan Goodman already to double-digit touchdown passes in this season. If I'm not mistaken, that one pushes him to 11 coming into this one with that touchdown. And still has not thrown an interception.
And now if you're Philly, you're staring down the barrel of 33-0, and suddenly your primary objective has become score any points before this game ends, because in 2 full quarters they've scored nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you have the loss of your key back, right, which has to hurt.
True.
But even without him, they've been running not bad. They've been able to keep the run game going, but they do have a very talented receiving core. Maybe change your game plan, air the rock out a little bit. Maybe that's something they'll talk about in the half if Fretz isn't back.
They do get Jackson and Sanders, although almost all night tonight, Jackson and I believe Rojas have been on tight end spots. You see once again there, Quinn Jackson getting where a tight end typically is, as Victor Rojas from the wideout spot on the right will be motioned to the left. In the pass here, very likely. Here comes Kamiziak, looking for a target, taking his time, moving out of the pocket. Kamiziak throws deep. It's complete. Great pass and catch. Great route running. By the wide receiver, I believe that's number 88, Dallas Sanders. But they hurry back to the line with 7 seconds to go. They're going to hand it off as they got no time left for anything to happen, as they call the final timeout with 1 second to go. If they line up in some heavy set, they're going to piss me off here. They're wasting everyone's time.
Yeah, I will be at a loss. And it doesn't look like it. Yeah.
They will go for a Hail Mary here, DJ. Birmingham with their prevent defense out there in the field. Kamiziak to throw. Has all the time. Throws a giant rainbow.
Oh!
Complete. Out of time, but complete
Ah,
to number 17, Victor
that's
Rojas.
that's one of the worst things, isn't it, Mark? You know, you're running a Hail Mary. Oh, it's caught, but no time, and you're short of the end zone.
It's caught, but
So
short.
exciting, but nothing happened.
Definitely an exciting half. Well, at least for one team, as we look at Birmingham up 33-0 in basically a forest fire of scoring in the first half. What went wrong here, DJ, for Philadelphia at the start?
Man, I mean, we talked about the loss of Frets, right? But the offense just seems a little bit stagnant. We've only seen 5 completions from Skimizniak, 4 of which being to Rojas, right? You're not staying on the field long enough. Your defense is getting tired against the offense of Birmingham, which has such a talented passing and running attack, right? You have Lenore West running it down your throats. Then you have Hasbin Keys taking the top off of your defense. When you're on the field trying to deal with all of them, I mean, it's going to be tiring. It's going to be hard to stop the other team.
Man, Goodman, player of the half, 140 quarterback rating. I think it showed 14 of 23, an incredible, accurate first half for Goodman. We head here to the second half. You're watching the SFL Minor League. Birmingham hosting the Philadelphia Cougars here in Birmingham, Alabama. At least that is what we are assuming we are in here, DJ. There's a Birmingham, England as well. But given that head coach Michael Goodman and defensive coordinator Jimmy Hatzis are based in the U.S., there's a good chance we are in
Yes.
Alabama.
I did actually, funnily enough, talk with Mike as the game was beginning, and it is Birmingham, Alabama.
So that is,
He thought it was just as funny as we did, thankfully.
and well, that's definitely good clarification here. As we're gonna take a quick break here. I think it is to look at injuries for a
Yeah.
sec. We'll be back here in a moment with news of what is going on, whether Jesse Fretz is returning to the field. You take a look here. A
Oh,
concussion.
ouch.
Yikes.
Yikes on bikes.
Jesse Fretz will need to be sent to the CTE protocol after this game. Fortunately, in this league, everyone's a superhuman and they just return next week anyway.
Correct.
So, unfortunate for Philly this game alone. But we know he's going to come back strong next week. We'll see how PC, or it's because I see PC in the upper corner, but it's Philadelphia Cougars. How they're going to handle missing one of their star halfbacks the rest of the game. Pressure!
Oh.
Blitz coming, but handled well by Skamizniak. He completes to the
Wow.
outside. What a play by Skamizniak to let go of that ball amidst pressure on both sides.
Yeah, that was the reaction time of a superhuman. Talk about superhumans. We saw a display of it right there. That reaction time was incredible. The pressure was there instantly around the tackles and fired it to Ladam McBrownski on what seemed like a 6-step streak. Route didn't even get to develop.
Brownski, quite the player, had one stellar game 2 weeks ago in week 2. 10 reception, 250-yard performance. Tonight a little quiet, but maybe that's a result of only 11 total pass attempts so far this game.
I will say, Mark, I will say this in the props of Philadelphia. Mike Skamizniak this season has been a quarterback that struggles early on in the game, but lights it up as the game continues. This might just be an extreme case scenario of that.
They have been going to Skamizniak's arm here in the second half, as that seems to be the adjustment. It's 3rd and 6 here, but at the very least, this is a good sign that you're moving away from the run and you're moving away from getting a chance at being stifled and slowed down at every turn. Here's Skamizniak with 4 wide receivers on the field. He's gonna Here's a deep step back, throws deep, but
Oh,
too deep on that throw, DJ.
yeah. I mean, just we saw it twice on the drive, just leading your receiver a yard or two too far. We saw it on the out route to that right side of the field, and again there. Ladamick Brownski, a tall, heavy set, speedy receiver, has the defender beat by a step or two. If you can just loft that one in, it's going to be a huge completion. Arguably 6 would have been your first points of the night, but it's just another slight mishap on the nod of Philadelphia. Was
Birmingham's going to
that
start.
Jordan Goodman returning that punt? Did I see that correctly?
Well, I'll get a report on you on that as I have the stream on delay here. I believe that's number 18 on the return. Uh, who is number 18 on the return? Well,
Must be
regardless, yeah, exactly playing for the wrong team here. But well, Lenore West picking up where she left off in the first half with a 4-yard carry. Look at her numbers: 13 carries, 51 yards, almost 4-yard average. 2nd and 6. They line up an I spread here, DJ. It's going to be a pitch to the outside to Nemchek. Breaking one tackle. Nemchek, there he goes. Can he break another? No. Will be tripped up on the out of bounds line, but what a run by Robert Nemchek.
Yeah, Nemchek and West, right? I mean, that's been your two-headed monster in the backfield. What a stiff arm. Eat some turf. Why don't you? And then a shoelace tackle finally forcing Nemchek out of bounds.
And of course, I'm going to give credit to Jalen Wells with the massive block earlier on in that play alone.
Mm-hmm.
He, of all players, had to block Nick Fargo. But here's 1st and 10 once again. Handoff down the middle to Lenore West. Lenore West picks up 5. Another great run by this stud of a running back.
Now, I will say 58 in the middle of the defense. It looks like that's Golden, one of the generic linebackers for Philly. Seems to meet Lenore West every single time she runs the ball, but just gets shrugged off like a kid at a birthday party, right? Lenore West is just bullying that linebacker.
Here's Lenore again. This time the tackle is made by J.C. Wallace Jr. with a great blindside tackle.
Yeah, shot in quick and hard, made a great strong tackle and didn't need anyone's help cleaning it up. That's what you need to see a little bit more of.
3rd and 1 here. Philadelphia only has 7 in the box. A cornerback offset to the right here. We'll see if that's a cornerback in run support. No, the quarterback actually goes package coverage and pitch to the outside. Regardless of the coverage, the pitch to the outside was just too good, and that's Nemchek with another 1st down.
Yeah, just such tough running from these backs. I mean, we've said it time and time again, right? But you can't praise it enough. I mean, just the physicality and really the run schemes as well is doing them really well.
They've also been running out of formations where they got 4 wide receivers out there, DJ, forcing this defense on nickel. You cannot be too ready against the passing offense of Birmingham. And what do? They run it down your throat with the Lenore West attacking the single linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, you get out one of your lead blockers is able to take care of that backer, and a run up the middle once the lead backer is taken care of is just cake.
Everyone in Philadelphia moves up here to support the run, and that support came right in time. Nemchek stuffed on the line of scrimmage. They'll say it's a 0-yard gain. It almost looked like for a loss.
Yeah, another hard hit from Wallace Jr. on the edge, stopping the backs in their tracks.
A little soft here in the box, and that's going to result in a 1st down as the linebackers just good in business, but in the wrong business. West just saw open space. It might only be a 3-yard gain, but it's a 1st down nonetheless.
Yeah, and whether they're running the ball because it's been so successful, let's see if we see that run up the middle again. I'm very curious. Yep.
Ooh, a pitch out of this formation this time. Nemchek, the linebackers and the safety breaking out of the block. Sammy Seatbelt, actually the cornerback, breaking out of the blocker, making the tackle.
It's an interesting play call because you need all of your corner or your receivers, excuse me, on the edge on that three wide package to block their corners as well as to be able to get outside far enough to where the linebacker can't get to you.
Here they're gonna give it back to
Wow.
Lenore West. Lenore, they'll say, picks up only a yard or so. It's 3rd and 7, and they're not yet in field goal range here, so it might be a win for Philadelphia's defense if they can stop this 3rd and 7 conversion. Goodman has all 5 wide receivers out there, likely with Django West as well. Here's Goodman to throw. It's dropped.
Mm.
It was in the hands of number 18, who we could not ID on the ball return earlier. He's gonna come back with an incomplete catch here.
Yeah, that imposter seeing the field once again and dropping that one on what would have been a huge gain for Birmingham. And one thing we haven't got to say many times tonight, Mark, is Birmingham is stopped and they're forced to punt.
That is true. This is only the second time they've punted tonight. And the first time they've punted was the incredible stop inside the 2-yard line. Here's Philadelphia to start, fortunately, with 18 yards of buffer from their end zone. We're going to see if they go back to Skamizniak's arm here as they started this second half with. They're going to line up again in what seems to be a tight triple formation. Skamizniak will throw. Pressure's there, but thrown on the hook route that was covered well.
Yeah, and that was 26 there for Birmingham. Andrew Davison on the coverage on what could have been taken back the other way, but he played well in front of the curl route. We've seen that route come out a few times for Philly. He was ready for it that time.
You know, it's a great credit here to both teams' offenses, actually. I don't believe we've seen a single sack tonight, DJ. Here's Skamizniak to throw again. Will throw to the right this time. It was a sea of white uniforms, but it was also a sea of black uniforms.
Yeah, very polar opposite, yin and yang, if you will, in that bundle of coverage. If I'm not mistaken, it was Saeed Gore who, from his linebacker spot, finally was able to bat that one down. And Philly was looking very stagnant on this drive. Comes in an empty look, hoping to get things going.
4 wideouts and a tight end. Skamizniak has all the time. Will throw right and incomplete in what looked like a deep in route.
Yeah.
It's another 3rd and long incomplete. Another punt for Skamizniak, who has throwing less than 50% tonight.
Yeah, it looked like that pass was going to Shaquille O'Neal because the receiver jumped as high as they could in the sky and soared over their head still.
I doubt Shaquille would have made that catch either.
Probably
He's
not.
probably going to get off. Well, maybe today. He probably would have gotten off, jumped over a car in his prime.
Yeah, right. Prime Shaq in Orlando, maybe.
Right. Here comes the Birmingham already at the 50-yard line. They're going to put the pressure here, coming out of bunch formation to start. Wouldn't be surprised if they just run it down the throat here, but no, Goodman will throw. But it's going to be a swing route here. Throw to Nolan Pierce. I thought I was going to go to Lenore West there, but Pierce actually on an out route.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, and Corey Ivy didn't. Played great coverage on Nolan Pierce, very shallow, made the tackle just after the catch was made. Very nice from the corner there. Sticking with his man all the way through.
Goodman in what looks like a power play. The guard pulled out to the line as an extra blocker. It's going to set up 3rd and 4 after a 6-yard carry.
Yeah, bouncing it out to the outside again. We talked about how much the schemes of these running plays are helping Birmingham. You know, running out a dime, doing a lot of pulling, running to the outside. It's really nice they're changing it up.
Rare formation here. The flip Pierce spot, thrown into coverage, deflected, and almost a pick, but falls harmlessly to the ground. Who was that? Is that Highfield on the deflection?
Yep. Looked like it.
Tyler Highfield makes the defensive stop, forcing a punt here. So after a 33-point first half total, We're about to end this third quarter with 0 points.
We will, and yeah, like you said, after an explosion in that first half, we finally go through a quarter where it's a little calm, and it's certainly the Phillies' credit. You know, their offense is still struggling a little bit. We're seeing some shining points from Skimizniak. Just need to clean up a few things, but as they've stopped running the ball as much with their bell cow out, you know, they're starting to air it out a bit more. We're seeing some great throws, some that risky Mike Skimizniak we know and love sometimes is certainly starting to show.
There's Dallas Sanders joining Queen Jackson on the tight end spot. They're trying to highlight their minor league rookie wide receivers in the wideouts. It's going to be a run to the outside here to Witherson. I thought they were going to go back to Skamizniak's arms, but they decide otherwise.
Yeah, and that was Saeed Gore, who, despite the passing assault from Philly come this third quarter, stays true to what his assignment is, watches the back, and does a nice job of cleaning it up.
Here's a motion of Queen Jackson for left to right. Gonna set her up as a potential receiver, slot receiver, but it's a run to the outside. They've been running this play on some kind of outside zone, and it has not been working out for them all night. They gotta go back here to Skamizniak's arm now.
Yeah, forced to throw. It seems like in the downs that he is forced to throw, he's a little bit more uncomfortable than when they choose.
Oh my goodness! What a play! That was number 59, William Patterson, with the jumping ladder interception. We'll take a look at it here. Look at this beautiful play.
Wow.
Zone, jump, catch, pick.
Yeah, I mean, Philly does a nice job of sending two crossing routes through his zone. He shades towards the underneath, goes back when he sees those eyes, move back to the over-the-top guy, and just jumps that route like he has springs in his shoes, if you will. This pair of Albuquerque linebackers for Birmingham have been lighting things up all season, and Patterson lights it up on that play.
Well, Philadelphia defense is probably the better adjustment that they have made this game here in the second half, as they have allowed very little yardage here out of those first down runs. Birmingham looked good in their second half drive, DJ, but they have since then gone for 2 punts and 0 points. But in prime position here, here's the run to Nemchek, will pick up 3 yards. It's 3rd and 7. I think they're barely in the range of Ronald Sue.
Yeah, probably in that range for CRS to come boot this one through, and they'll probably, well, they are in bunch. We've seen a run out of this a few times trying to attack that linebacker.
Goodman will throw to the outside. Oh my goodness! What a catch! It's number 18 once again.
It fell out, actually, just barely at the end of it.
Out.
It fell in the breadbasket, and the defender was able to punch it out last second. I thought it was caught too. I had to take a double take, and I saw the ball rolling on the ground.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Philadelphia is standing strong and just outside the field goal range of Ronald Suey. They're going to kick a punt. It's going to be a touchback, and Philadelphia's chances are renewed here at their 20-yard line.
Yeah, a minute to go in the quarter. On a quarter they really needed to score. They haven't been able to. And now you're 20 or 80 yards out, I should say, with a minute to go. And then you got 11 minutes to score 33. Just a tie. It's not looking great if you're a Cougar right now.
Birmingham, what looks like a 3-man front and an extra linebacker, a 9-wide technique. Throw to the outside. Incomplete. Looking for number 18, Ladam Brownsky, who has been thrown to quite a few times, but just unable to get many catches, DJ.
Yeah, it feels like the story of the passing attack right now for Philly is just Skamizniak leading his receivers too much.
The lineup again in a tight triple formation. That is 2 tight ends on one side of the line. They're going to motion him to the other side. Skamizniak Good time in the pocket will make a nice catch downfield to finally McBrownski.
Yeah, that one, another risky throw. We talked about how that's Skamizniak's go-to. We see the double coverage there, so Kotze was the one who seemed to be manned up with him there, and the free safety trying to play over the top and help get involved, but McBrownski kept them both to his back and made a terrific catch.
Kmizniak again, looking to throw to the outside on the hook route, incomplete as Rojas was posted there, DJ, but was also blanketed.
Yeah, he was, and it's just it seems like they're just trying to chip away for the first down every throw, right? I mean, it seems like they're almost going for it all every time.
Here's a throw to the outside and an out route, but incomplete. The pressure rushed that play, but Victor Rojas unable to make it there on destination.
Yeah, that one just a too far bit outside, but it had to be, right? The defensive back was just completely on the Rojas there. There was no room to throw it any further back because it would have been a defensive back's dream.
Birmingham shows a three-man front and a linebacker wide nine technique. No, it's a three-man rush here. Kamiziak will throw deep, thrown into coverage, and plenty of people could have come away with an interception there.
Yeah, another display of a risky throw, and now as the third quarter comes to an end, they will punt. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but at this point, it's almost like, is it worth being this far back in your old field position if you don't get it? Excuse me.
Well, we'll see what they have in store for us here. This is a great coverage in the punt as number 24, Carol Needfelt, junior strong safety, also joining the special teams unit and not allowing any huge gains for Birmingham. So at least on the defensive side and on the special teams unit, Philadelphia has been pretty solid. They gotta stop Birmingham here. Here's Goodman to throw. Throws deep on what looked like a slant route again. And number 81 has been Keys. I can say it enough, DJ. He has just been that good all night.
Yeah, I'm super excited for him, as this season is underway and starting to continue. He has really, really been a star for Birmingham throughout this season. A super fun fact I love to bring out about Hasbin Keys. His first season in the league, which would have been last season, he had one catch mark for 1 yard and a touchdown.
Well, he's got plenty more of that in this game alone. Not to mention all season, he's probably sitting at over 20 catches, probably over 30 catches already. He has been a great weapon for Goodman and company, as Jordan Goodman is once again under center here to start the third quarter. If you're joining us tonight, thank you for joining us for another slate of games of SFLm action. We're watching the Birmingham versus Philadelphia matchup here on the SFLm in the Virtual Football Network. We got another game after this at around 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you're itching for more minor league action, do not tune away and stick with us after this game. Meanwhile, Birmingham here trying to put the final nails in the coffin. It's still a full quarter to go, DJ, but the way things have been going the last quarter alone, it might be a totally insurmountable 33-point lead.
Yeah, it's certainly looking that way, especially with how successful Birmingham continues to be offensively. We saw him start the drive with that pass over the middle, which seems almost automatic. In the rushing attack, Nemchek, you can see 18 carries, averaging over 4 a carry. I mean, and he's not even their main rusher. Lamore West, I bet, has those similar numbers.
He will get the handoff here, picking up another 5 yards for Birmingham. The game tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern will be between San Jose visiting Anchorage, as Anchorage off of a loss earlier in the prior week. will look to go back to the win column. They're both teams at 2-1, facing off in Anchorage, led by the rookie quarterback Mikhail Pahak. But that's an electric team that I've been also watching, DJ, and they have been putting out some incredible offensive playbooks.
Yeah, they really have, and Anchorage. Anchorage last week lost to these very same Birmingham Hellhounds, who are laying it down against Philadelphia right now. So it's gonna be nice to see if they're able to bounce back against. Clearly last week they played was the cream of the crop of the SFLm, it seeming.
Absolutely, and updated numbers for Lenore West: 22 yards or carries, 91 yards. That's good for a 4.1 average. She has been the workhorse for Birmingham here, who are looking to cement themselves as the early leaders of the minor league as far as top teams go. It's going to be a throw down the middle. That's good to, it's not Nolan Pierce. It's number 18 once again. Number 18, we need to give this guy a name, DJ, if he's gonna keep catching that many catches.
Gonna keep calling him the imposter, I think, until we get
All
until
right.
we get a name.
Well, he's gonna need to get his birth certificate submitted to the league, please. Put a name here, but here's the handoff once again to the Norwest, and oh my goodness, that's a 6-yard carry off of a stacked box, as the blocking by this line and Jalen Wells proved to be too much for this defense.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing well over 40 carries now for Birmingham, where both backs are nearing the century mark and about 4 yards a carry each. Oh man.
First sack of the ball game, and it's Shin Yoneda who brings the lumber to Jordan Goodman, brings him down the first sack. He puts it all on the line, and look like he just beat his man.
Yeah, speedy around the edge, and that's one thing you can say you did better than Birmingham in this ball game. You get a sack when they haven't had one, and you put Goodman on his back. Oh.
He does try to throw it on the outside to Marquis Sango, who was unable to collect that. I think he at least hit Sango, but probably mistimed it. Sango could have been not even aware it was thrown his way.
Yeah, it certainly seemed like maybe some sort of miscommunication out there.
3rd and 14. It is field goal range here for Birmingham. How lethal are they? They're going to throw here. Deep. Good. Nolan Pierce says, we're ruthless to the end. It's not going to be over till it's over.
Yeah, plagued just with ruthless aggression. Goodman rolling out. The pressure's on his back and firing to Pierce on solid coverage from Sammy's seatbelt, but it seems like he's just guarding the end zone when he should have thought about guarding that first down stick.
Goodman has, if my math is correct, almost 250 yards there. 240. Carry down the middle is no good. They'll actually push Nemchuk backwards. I believe they lost a yard on that play.
Yeah, Nick Fargo, who has been a shining spot in the defense. We've called his name several times tonight, getting himself involved in that run stop.
Yeah, him and J.C. Wallace present in that play, as Birmingham will line up in one of their ace packages here. 2 tight ends there in the left side. We'll see if they run that direction. No, it's down the middle. Oh, Lenore West. I mean, the blocking was great by the O-line, but Lenore West does the rest.
Yeah, just I guess you wouldn't call it the final nail in the coffin, maybe the final shovel of dirt onto the top of the mountain, if you will. I mean, this game's been over for a while, yeah.
The priest has given his final blessings at this
There you
point.
go. I like that, yep.
Right.
Everyone's gone at this point, and the worms have started to do their duty.
And with that touchdown, DJ, 5 different players from Birmingham have gotten into the end zone. Nemchuk, Lenore West, Nolan Pierce, Marquis Sango, and Django West, all with a touchdown tonight. And if you are just joining us wondering how did 5 touchdowns lead to a score of 40 points? That sounds like 4 touchdowns and 4 field goals. Mind you, you guys missed a safety as well. So minus that safety, this is a 38-point offensive production by this by Birmingham.
Yeah, we've had the field goal, we've had a safety, and yeah, the 5 touchdowns.
Missing here a defensive score and a special team score for the complete offensive package. Philly will have something to say about that though, as they're once again looking down the barrel of a nothing burger for tonight, trying to change that fate here. To start will be a throw to McBrownski. He has been the steady target, probably the only constant so far.
Yeah, he's been very reliable, and he's been a nice surprise for Philly. You can look at it you know, the past the downs that this game has brought. McBrownski has really showed out this season. You'd expect Rojas to take the charge, but McBrownski's been right there in the stat sheet.
Here's Stamiziak, pressure coming, will complete the pass. Nice decision. They're on the out route. They're going to hurry up back on the line. 4 minutes to go here in the ball game. They are finally in Birmingham side of the field again. Great protection. Throw to the corner route. No, that is no good. Excuse me, that's a hook route. Intended target was Victor Rojas.
Yeah, and at least Philadelphia is not going down sad, right? They're still rowing it. They're still slinging the rock around. They're still doing all they can to try and put points up.
Definitely playing attacking football and not, just a lackadaisical run pass kind of play style. They're gonna throw it down here, and Ross finally gets a nice completion. Look at that. Catches 17, 93 yards, almost at the century mark. Scamisi has to throw down the middle. Again, roll! Ross fumbles it. And that is without a doubt a turnover off of a fumble. You
Yeah.
cannot challenge that. That was clear possession of the ball there.
Yep. Well, you see it. The catch is made.
Oh,
Plenty of running room. Almost looked like Patterson just ripped it out of his hands.
probably could have also punched it out, but regardless of what caused the fumble, it is a fumble. And Birmingham won't fumble this drive. They got 4 minutes to kill. They've been running it all game. Wouldn't be surprised if they just hand it off here. Here's the Northwest. The Northwest picks up 4, 5, 6 yards.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard now to do anything. Birmingham's run game has been, you know, unstoppable to the point where Birmingham is just tenacious, right? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if all the time is gone off the clock at the end of this drive, right?
I wouldn't be surprised either because of the way they've been played. They've been playing solid running and converting those third downs. Well, at least for the most part, Philly has been pretty good so far in the second half against the third down. It's third and two though, as an easier completion to make for Birmingham than third and long.
Yep.
Three.
Now they have a chance at least to get some points back for Philly.
It is third and two. If they want to get some points, they have to get off the field here. They got 3 minutes to go. They do have all their timeouts to go here, but Birmingham can put the game to rest with a first down completion here. 5 seconds in the play clock. 3, 2, handoff. The Northwest down the middle. Here's a tackle. He couldn't get there. Cleaned up by number 47, Kev Tay Jr., the strong safety.
And that one was just Lenore West trying to fight for every inch of yardage she could. And it seemed like the entire Philadelphia defense did everything they could to stop her short. And Birmingham's going to have to punt now. If they go for this, that'd be the ultimate bully ball. Oh, no way.
They're going for it.
No way. Oh, Mark, I love it.
In their side of the field,
Mark,
no
I
less.
love it.
Let's go. The total aggression And if this is complete, it's no way.
Oh!
Philly convert the fourth down defense. They don't
Wow.
allow it. The Birmingham has been running stellar all night, and in the final hours of this ball game, Philly finally finds their run defense.
You're inside the 30 mark. You got 2 minutes to go. You have a triplet of timeouts, if I'm not mistaken, unless one got taken away at some point. And you have a freebie coming up in 8 seconds. Put some points up.
Given the course of how most bowl games transpire here, the Philly won't be looking for a field goal. I think they might be aiming for a touchdown here. Here's a throw in the corner. That's
Oh!
good. What? That's I mean, it's complete, DJ.
Yeah.
It's complete, but because they say it was backwards,
back,
so he
yeah.
had 0 gain, really. 2-minute warning here, folks.
That was way too
2-minute
exciting of a
warning,
play
2
to
minutes
say
to
no
go.
that.
That is true. An extremely exciting 0-yard gain. Philadelphia with 2 minutes and 3 timeouts. And typically that sentence is, that phrase prefaces something along the lines of to tie the ball game or to win it. But this time it'll preface the sentence of, 2 minutes to put points in the board.
Yeah, and points at this point would be huge if you're Philadelphia, right? Getting shut out. I mean, of course, even if you score a field goal, the score is still going to be 40-3. It's not going to be good. This game, you need to wipe everything clean after this game. But you're going to have points on the board at least, right?
And looks like, they have a very good chance at that with this completion here on 3rd down. Thrown to Queen Jackson, who picks up probably her first catch, as I don't recall calling her name yet this game.
Yeah, she's been in that tight end spot, if you can recall, a lot of the game. In that, I believe it was an ace formation.
She has been there almost exclusively all game. They're gonna roll out with 5 wide receivers here, and then check. Oh, everyone's on the stop route, and so Kamiziak will just run it because everyone's just stationary.
Yeah, I mean, if you're sending all your receivers, away from you, it opens up the middle of the field, and they did bring a blitzing linebacker in the middle. So the middle of the field was kind of open up. Kamiziak scampering away and shortening the field inside the 10 now.
Oh, shotgun here, but this is likely a handoff. Some kind of run down the middle, perhaps. No, it's a pass to the corner.
Oh!
It's good. Kamiziak finally put this team on the board with 1 minute and 40 to go in the ball game.
Philly, I mean, it's your first touchdown of the game, but you got to be proud. You would have been one of 2 teams to get shut out this season, leaving San Diego as the sole team to get shut out in this season. Now, as you're able to score late, I mean, it's not a good game, but that one's got to feel good.
Gotta feel good indeed. Philadelphia will finally cut the lead to 33.
Yep, no goose egg, if you will, as the chat is saying.
No goose egg.
In celebration, everyone seems very happy for him.
47 reminds me of that call in, I believe it's when Chris Paul finally cuts the lead to 35.
Yeah, right. A huge 3 from, a huge touchdown from Kamiziak to cut the lead to 33. That's great.
Well, we're having fun here, folks. It is a blowout. It has been a blowout 2 quarters ago. But if you would believe that since then, both teams have scored a grand total of 14 points in 2 quarters. It almost feels like the first half was something of a different ball game entirely, as Birmingham lineup heavy here. The onside kick was recovered by Birmingham. They're gonna finally settle, handle business here and come away with the win.
Yeah, victory formation soon to come about, I can only imagine, for Birmingham, unless they are ruthless enough to continue to put their foot on the throat of Philly, and they will not. They will go to that big V, standing for victory, of course.
Everyone's favorite formation, signaling the end of the ball game and victory for the team running at Birmingham with a 40-7 stomping of Philadelphia as in this first matchup in franchise history for both teams. Birmingham comes up 1-0 with a win. Well, if anything for Philadelphia, what were your silver linings for this team tonight?
You know, the run game seemed solid at points, right? I mean, they were steady on the first drive. Turnovers bugged them. Throwing into risky multi-man coverages has always been a problem for Skamizniak. You just got to clean some of those things up, right? And they're a team
Mhm.
that can lay down a butt whooping, if you will, like they have received tonight. And I can only imagine they're going to bounce back pretty handedly next week. But if I had to pick a silver lining, I'd say their running back or their excuse me, their linebacking room played really well. Fargo and Wallace, I felt like shot gaps really well. Were pretty good in coverage. There were a lot of sets where 58 was one of the primary linebackers over them, and whenever he was in, he was just getting bullied. It seemed. Oh my goodness, Superman's on the field now.
He is
He's
trying to be
wearing 29.
Superman on basically a return here to the 20-yard line. The 10 seconds to go here. Philadelphia, I mean, they're out of timeouts. It's a Hail Mary situation here. Well, let's see. 10 seconds, they can probably do two plays here.
Let's
Kabizniak,
see.
first chance at a huge play,
Oh,
thrown into the defender, but not a turnover on an interception.
yeah,
Connie
would have.
Kilgannon.
Yeah, and didn't catch it. Butterfingers, if you will.
6 seconds. That was took them 4 seconds to let the play off. This is here's the Hail Mary here. I mean, if even if this is complete, they are way in their side of the field here. Here's the big rainbow. Hail Mary, it's gone
Wow.
again.
Second one to Rojas. That's crazy.
Rojas will catch the Hail Mary to end this ball game. Folks, it's been a long one. Birmingham put up a huge 40-point game over Philadelphia, holding them to 7 points with 33 alone in the first half. It's been Birmingham all night. Who would be your player of the ball game?
I feel like it's got to be Goodman, right? Threw 3 touchdowns, well over, I think it was around 60% completion. No picks. Still, through 4 weeks in this season, haven't seen one from him. He's very safe with the ball. And on the other side, Hasman Keys played really well. But if I had to pick, I'd certainly give it to Goodman offensively.
He would also be my player of the ball game, but if not him, second one would be Hasbin Keys. If you, as you mentioned, DJ, the lead receiver, and could have been player of the game had he had a touchdown to go with his resume.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, that is it for us. Thank you for joining us. We got another game tonight in around 20 minutes. That will be San Diego versus Anchorage. San Jose versus Anchorage. So don't go away. We will be right back shortly. But for me and DJ tonight, thanks for joining us and have a good night.